Legend of Yufei Chapter 42.
Young Yu Yun, Yufei's son.
Right, the little general.
Imagine this. He just charges down the mountain by himself,
Hmm.
straight into the enemy camp, the Zanhan camp.
And he's yelling. The text says something like, "Little general is here to stomp the camp."
Huh, love that. And his weapons, double hammers.
Wow.
Wielded so fast they're described as like snowflakes.
It's an incredible image, and talk about an opening move. It's audacious.
More than just audacious, isn't it? It feels like a calculated move.
Oh, definitely. It's psychological warfare right from the start. A young guy, maybe unknown to the enemy, doing that. It's meant to shock, to sow confusion.
And maybe draw out a key enemy leader?
Precisely. Baiting a trap, perhaps, and it shows the kind of heroic pressure on these young commanders.
And it works, because Zanhan, a major Jin general, comes out personally to deal with him.
Yeah, he's got his copper staff, his meteor hammer. He's not messing around.
But Yu Yun's skill is just phenomenal. The text says he blocks the meteor hammer with his left hand.
Which is incredibly hard to do.
And then, bam, strikes Zanhan's arm with his right hammer, forces the general to flee in pain.
It's a stunning moment. It immediately establishes Yu Yun's prowess, not just strength, but speed, agility, decisiveness.
And think about the impact on morale. The Jin troops see their commander wounded and forced back by this kid.
Exactly. It sends a powerful message. The Song have talent, unexpected talent, and they're fierce.
Okay, so while Yu Yun is making waves, the bigger picture is still unfolding. We shift scenes a bit.
Right, from the battlefield drama to more strategic logistics.
Yu Yun reaches Jimin Town, meets with General Fu, and delivers these urgent documents.
And Fu's reaction is immediate. Mobilize, protect the emperor.
It really underscores the danger the Song court is in, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It shows you that these individual battles are happening against a backdrop of, well, potential dynastic collapse. The pressure on commanders like Fu is immense.
And here's where the story throws in a curveball. As General Fu is reviewing his troops, there's a commotion. Some beggar, described as tall and fierce-looking, is trying to force his way into the camp.
Ah, okay. I think I know where this is going.
Right. He says he just wants to see who gets picked as the vanguard, which is odd.
It's a classic setup in these stories, isn't it? The hidden hero.
Exactly. The beggar turns out to be Delay. And get this, he's a descendant of the famous King of Pingxi.
There it is. It's a great narrative device. It speaks to the idea that, in times of crisis, talent can come from anywhere, lineage, ability. It's not always obvious.
It sort of bypasses the whole formal military structure.
Right. It celebrates raw capability.
And General Fu, he doesn't just dismiss him. He's intrigued.
A sign of good leadership, open-mindedness.
He offers Delay his own broadsword to test him. And this thing is heavy, 50 Jin, so about 60 pounds.
That's a serious test of strength and skill.
And Delay. He takes it and wields it like flying. The text praises his proficient Daofa, his saber techniques.
Wow. So he's not just strong, he's highly skilled.
Totally. General Fu is blown away. He immediately appoints Delay as the vanguard. Just like that.
That's fantastic. It really shows Fu's pragmatism. He recognizes skill when he sees it, regardless of the package it comes in. In a war like this, you need every advantage.
You can't afford to be picky about appearances.
Not at all. Capability is everything.
Okay, so the Song gained this unexpected asset in Delay. But meanwhile, back on the Jin side, things are stirring.
They're still dealing with the aftermath of Yu Yun's attack.
Right. Zanhan, remember, he's nursing that injured arm.
Yeah.
And he's worried about another Jin general, Xue Liuebao. You get the sense the pressure is mounting on them, too.
It shows that the Song resistance is real. Yu Yun's charge wasn't just a fluke. It had consequences. It sets the stage for the Jin needing to escalate.
And escalate they do.
Enter.
One in Jin Danzi.
Ah, yes. The heavy hitter.
He's Zanhan's second son, described as having the courage of 10,000 men, and he wields 2 massive iron hammers.
You can just feel the threat level rising dramatically with his entrance.
What's interesting is his attitude, right? He seems incredibly confident.
Almost arrogant, wouldn't you say? He arrives and immediately questions Wuzu, the overall Jin commander, asking why Yu Fei, or Yunnan man as he calls him.
Right, that derogatory term.
Why Yu Fei and the Song Emperor haven't been captured yet. It shows his power, his belief in himself, but maybe he doesn't fully grasp what he's up against.
He sounds a bit naive about the Song's resilience.
Possibly. Raw power without the seasoning of experience against these particular foes.
So how does Wuzu handle this? He's got this incredibly powerful but maybe overconfident nephew.
Wuzu is shrewd here. He decides, okay, let him fight.
Let him learn firsthand.
Exactly. Wuzu knows the Song are tough. He probably figures a dose of reality is the best way to temper Jin and Danzi's confidence, hopefully without getting him killed.
It's a gamble.
A calculated risk. Unleash the power, but hope the experience molds him. Jin Danzi, of course, is eager to prove himself.
Leads his troops straight to the mountain to challenge the Song.
Yeah.
Trial by fire, indeed.
And the fire starts burning very quickly.
The first Song general to step up is Nu Gao, known for his bravery.
A stalwart figure.
And he comes out with his great taunt. I'm not afraid of an iron bullet. I'll make you a meat bullet. Classic Nu Gao bravado.
That's the spirit. You expect nothing less. But
Jin Danzi is just on another level.
Completely. The text says after just 3 or 4 hammer blows.
Nu Gao's arms are sore and numb. He's basically incapacitated, forced to retreat.
It's brutal. It instantly establishes Jin Danzi's power. It's not just strength, it's the impact. Debilitating force.
And it doesn't stop there. The Song generals keep coming, and they keep falling.
It's like watching dominoes. Yu Holong is next. Fights hard for maybe 10 rounds.
But retreats. Defeated. Then Dong Xian, furious, charges in with his shovel.
His signature weapon.
Fights for 7 or 8 rounds. Same result. Retreats. Defeated.
It's relentless. You have to wonder, why are these experienced warriors failing so consistently?
Is it just brute strength?
It seems like more than that. It's described as a kind of grinding, overwhelming hammer technique. Maybe something they haven't faced before. It just wears them down physically and mentally.
The psychological impact must be huge, too, seeing your comrades beaten so quickly.
Oh, absolutely. It raises the stakes for Yufei tremendously. How do you stop someone who can just batter down your best fighters one by one?
Which brings it to the big one. He Yonking steps up.
The hammer versus hammer matchup?
Exactly. He Yonking also wields fist-sized double hammers. This should be an even fight, right?
You'd think so. Skill against skill, power against power.
And the description of the fight is epic. 2 horses like dragons playing in water, 4 hammers like thunder crashing.
Just reading that gives you a sense of the intensity.
They go at it for over 20 rounds. A fierce clash.
But even He Yuan-sing...
Even he can't sustain it. He eventually succumbs to leaky exhaustion. Pure physical exhaustion. He's forced to retreat too.
That's the real kicker. Even with matching weapons, Jin Danzi's stamina, his relentless power, is just too much. It cements him as this truly formidable, almost unstoppable force.
Wuzu, watching all this from the Jin side, must be thrilled.
Oh, undoubtedly. His champion is exceeding expectations. But Wuzu also shows some strategic sense here.
How so?
He calls off the attack for the day. He figures Jin Danzi might be tired, better to conserve his energy. Fight again tomorrow.
Smart. Don't push your luck. Keep the pressure on.
Exactly. Manage your asset. It shows Wuzu isn't just relying on brute force. He's thinking strategically about how to best use Jin Danzi's power over the longer term.
Okay, so day 2 arrives. Yufei knows Jin Danzi will be back.
He must be preparing for the worst. The text mentions him ordering vigilance against night raids, a sign of the pressure.
And sure enough, Jin Danzi shows up, ready to challenge again. Relentless.
This constant pressure is part of the strategy, right? Wear down the enemy mentally as much as physically.
Yufei sends out Zhang Xian this time, another top general.
Known for his spear skills.
The text describes his thrust like a giant python overturning a river. Beautiful, powerful imagery.
But interestingly, Jin Danzi fights a bit differently this time. He's described as being more cautious. Wuzu apparently warned him about the formidable Southerners.
So he's actually learning, adapting.
It seems so, which honestly makes him even more dangerous. He's not just a powerhouse, he's starting to think tactically.
Still, the fight is incredibly fierce. They go for over 40 rounds this time.
A much longer engagement. Zhang Xian must be incredibly skilled.
He is, but the result is the same.
He eventually weakens, has to retreat. Jin Danzi remains undefeated.
This is just devastating for the Song Command. They've thrown their best fighters at him, one after another.
Even matched his weapon type.
And nothing has worked. What do you even do at this point?
Well, this leads Yufei to make a really significant move. He orders the Mianzan Pai, the no-fight sign, to be displayed.
Ah, that's a big deal.
Explain the significance. What does that sign really mean in this context? It's a public admission that you can't currently meet the enemy's challenge head-on. It's a plea for pause, a way to buy time, to regroup, to rethink strategy.
So it's a sign of weakness,
It can be perceived that way, certainly by the enemy. But tactically, it might be the only option when you're facing such an overwhelming force. For a commander like Yu Fei, known for his prowess, putting up even one sign is a major statement. It signals a serious crisis.
But Jin Danzi, he doesn't care about the sign.
Not one bit. He completely ignores it, just keeps challenging, cursing, taunting outside the Song defenses. Utter contempt.
Which forces Yu Fei into an even more drastic measure. He hangs not just 1, but 7 no-fight signs.
7? That's almost unheard of. It's a measure of pure desperation.
What does that communicate?
It screams vulnerability. It tells the Jin army, we cannot face your champion right now. Jin Danzi's defiance in the face of even 7 signs just amplifies his psychological dominance. He's not just winning fights, he's breaking their will to even try.
It puts Yu Fei in an impossible position.
Absolutely. He needs a miracle or a completely new strategy because direct confrontation is clearly failing spectacularly.
And Wuzu, he's loving this, obviously.
He's overjoyed. His champion is performing beyond belief, and the enemy is effectively hiding behind their walls. They start planning a direct assault on the mountain itself.
And then there's that final ominous detail. Wuzu and Jin Danzi go off to inspect the Taiwache.
The Iron Flower Chariot, yes.
What do we think that is? It sounds like more than just another warrior.
Exactly. It hints at, well, some kind of advanced military technology, maybe armored war carts, something mechanized. It signals a potential shift from relying solely on individual champions to using powerful, perhaps devastating siege engines or war machines.
So the threat is potentially evolving.
Exponentially. If they have something like that in addition to Jin Danzi, Yu Fei's problems just got a whole lot bigger. Yu Yun. He's General Yu Fei's son, and he is fierce. So picture this. Young Yu Yun, just full of almost reckless bravery, charges right into the Jurchen camp near Jinmen town. He's got these signature twin hammers, right? And he's just unstoppable, tearing through enemy lines like nothing. He pushes way deep into the camp, gets to this mountainside, and then he sees something that just stops him, or rather makes him furious. 7 Date-Yun no battle banners hanging right there. Now, you can imagine his reaction. Yu Yun is just livid. To him, these aren't tactical. They're like a secret sign of cowardice, a disgrace to his family, maybe even someone undermining his dad. So convinced he's fixing things, restoring honor, fueled by this righteous anger, he smashes every single one. He genuinely thinks he's doing the right thing, defending the family's warrior reputation, is thinking like a fighter. Yeah, not a planner.
And this moment is just huge. It really shows you something about military signals back then. Those no battle banners, they weren't just for show. They were a clear tactical message. Could be used to fake weakness, lure an enemy in, or just, save your strength. And here, they were a direct order from Yu Fei himself, probably setting up a bigger play. So Yu Yun's actions, brave maybe in spirit, weren't just impulsive. They were direct, public defiance of his own father, the commander. The seriousness of that, especially from the marshal's own son, it could totally wreck discipline for the whole army. Undermine everything.
And yeah, the drama just explodes from there. Yu Yun reports back to his dad, probably expecting a pat on the back, right, for fixing this dishonor. But nope, he gets met with just absolute fury. General Yu Fei, facing this direct challenge, sentences him to death for insubordination. I mean, can you imagine? For a father, was that kind of harsh discipline normal, even for family, or was Yu Fei just exceptionally strict? Maybe because the situation was so desperate?
That's a really good question. It hits the core of leadership then. Strict discipline was definitely key in Song armies, yeah. But Yu Fei's decision here, it highlights his core belief, probably rooted in Confucian ideas. Loyalty to the state comes first, especially in the army. For Yu Fei, leading this massive army against a tough enemy, military law had to be absolute, same rules for everyone, even his son. Showing Yu Yan any leniency that would tell every other soldier that family ties mattered more than the rules. It's an agonizing choice, personally. Balancing fatherly love with the need for military order, and the whole country's future's on the line. It really makes you think, what's the true price of command? How far do you go to keep order when everything could fall apart?
Wow. So Yu Fei is basically putting the whole Song army's stability ahead of his own feelings, setting a brutal example. It's chilling, really, given the cultural context. And right then, when all the other generals are just silent, maybe too scared or shocked to speak, this amazing character steps up, Niu Gao. He's a relative, sure, but also a respected general, known for being blunt, strategic, and he argues against the execution, really cleverly. He makes 3 points. First, killing his son breaks that father-son bond, a big cultural no-no. Second, with the enemy leader Wuzu still out there, killing a good fighter like Yu Yun right before a big battle, that just weakens them. And third, kind of subtly, he says if the enemy hears Yu Fei killed his own son over some banners, the Song army becomes a joke. Bad for morale, bad for reputation.
Niu Gao's move there, it's not just about kindness, it's pure pragmatism and strategic thinking. Brilliant, really. He gets the military side, the cultural side, the psychological side. He's not just begging. He offers a solution, one that saves face for everyone and actually gives them a strategic edge. His idea: turn this mess into a test of courage, redemption time, a trial by combat. Yu Yun versus this really tough Jurchen warrior, Jin Danzi. If Yu Yun wins, he makes up for his mistake and gives the Song army a huge morale boost. So Niu Gao shows how, a smart advisor can find flexibility even in rigid rules, turn a crisis into an opportunity without undermining authority.
It's an incredible plan. Niu Gao's basically betting on Yu Yun's fighting spirit plus a bit of psychology to save the kid and score a win. That's a massive risk, though, right? For Yu Yun and for the whole strategy. And Niu Gao, always a sharp one, kind of funny too, gives Yu Yun this advice before the fight. I love this. He says, "Nephew, if you win, great. If you lose,
just run home to your mother."
Yeah. It's almost darkly funny. Cuts the tension for a second, but it shows something deeper too, right?
Yeah.
Love, but also pragmatism. It's not just about glory, it's about surviving. Niu Gao's covering the bases for his family, knowing a live soldier is better than a dead hero sometimes.
Absolutely. That's Niu Gao in a nutshell. Gruff on the outside, but sharp and caring underneath. That kind of relatable, almost cheeky advice, it makes these legendary figures feel human for a moment. Even heroes had uncles with dubious escape plans. It's not just tough love. It's him knowing how brutal battle is, how people react under pressure. And that kind of hints, doesn't it, how important it is to have someone in your corner who sees solutions when everyone else just sees rules.
So the fight between Yu Yun and Jin Danzi is intense, as you'd expect. They go at it like over 40 rounds, evenly matched, which shows how strong Jin Danzi really was. And during this long, tough fight, Yu Yun actually thinks, no wonder Dad hung those banners. This guy is tough.
Heck.
After more than 80 rounds, Yu Yun, even though he's strong and young, starts to struggle. Niu Gao sees this. He's watching, always thinking, and he shouts this key line, "My nephew, don't let him escape."
Bam. That's the psychological trick.
Yeah.
Pure Niu Gao brilliance. Jin Danzi hears it, thinks it's his commander, Wuzu, yelling at him. So he turns his head just for a second to look. That's the opening. The tiny window Yu Yun needed. He strikes Jin Danzi on the shoulder, knocks him off his horse, and takes his head. So the victory. It wasn't just Yu Yun's strength, it was his skill, yeah, but also him finally getting his dad's point. Plus Niu Gao's cunning move. It really tells you, doesn't it? Strategy isn't just about force. Understanding your enemy's mind, reading the battle, acting fast just as vital.
A seriously hard-fought win, and a huge turning point. Yu Yun comes back, the hero, head in hand. And General Yu Fei, his authority proven, his son redeemed through fighting. He pardons him.
That whole journey for Yu Yun, it's so rich. It's way more than just learning from mistakes. It shows that tightrope walk between family duty and military rules in ancient China, especially when the nation's survival is on the line. It showed even figures like Yu Fei had to put the army first, above personal feelings. A hard lesson on leadership and accountability, deeply rooted in their culture. Yu Yun's story becomes this powerful tale of defiance, almost fatal consequences, and then redemption through bravery and, importantly, clever strategy guided by someone wiser. It shows that even the best heroes sometimes need a second chance, and you earn that redemption through real effort and learning from, youthful mistakes.
That's a great point. It's not just courage, but responsibility and learning from experience. Okay, so while Yu Yun's navigating that whole drama of disobedience and redemption, a different kind of heroism is emerging somewhere else. Another young warrior stepping up. Let's switch gears now to Han Yanzi. He's the son of another famous general, Han Shizong, and his equally brilliant wife, Lady Liang. Their family just had this huge win in renown, beat several Yuchen leaders, got tens of thousands to surrender. Big deal. Now they're moving their army by water towards Hanyang, which is only about 60 miles from where Yu Fei is at Niutu Mountain.
And Han Shizong showing up. That's massive. Han Shizong was another giant of the Song defense. His reputation was right up there with Yu Fei's. They were two of the four generals of the Southern Song. Huge national figures. So him moving his forces isn't just more troops. It's potentially uniting the Song's main strengths. A combined front against the Jurchens. It makes you think about how these individual victories, led by great generals, were supposed to link up, right, form a stronger national defense. It's about pulling together different forces into one big strategy, a complex job, logistically and politically.
And before they move further, Lady Liang, who is known for being incredibly smart and strategic, gives her husband some really sharp advice. She insists, first, send word to Yufei. Second, report to the emperor. It's very deliberate, very measured. Such a smart contrast to Yu Yun's earlier impulsive act. Her wisdom here really shows that winning isn't just about fighting power. It's about coordination, communication, getting the proper sign-off from command, making sure your efforts fit into the bigger picture, not just winning your own little battle. Really says something about the role smart women played, even off the battlefield.
Right. And it's exactly then that 16-year-old Han Yangji steps up. He's skilled with his tiger head spear, confident. He volunteers for the dangerous job, carry these important messages to Yufei. So he's riding along, and he runs into this retreating Song general who's like, watch out, Jurchens ahead, confirms the danger. And sure enough, moments later, the Jurchen commander, Zan Han, shows up, blocking his path. Probably thinks this kid will be easy pickings.
And in this moment, it immediately sets Han Yanzi's heroism apart from Yu Yun's. Both are incredibly brave, no question. But Han Yanzi's courage here is, well, disciplined, proactive. He's on a mission, right? Delivering messages, not looking for a fight. But when the threat appears, blocking his crucial task, he doesn't hesitate. He fights because he has to complete his mission. Not out of anger or defiance, it shows a different kind of bravery, adapting, facing threats directly, even when your orders are technically something else. It's fascinating to see how these young guys rise to the occasion differently, isn't it? Driven by that overriding sense of duty.
Han Yangji definitely doesn't hesitate. He takes on Zan Han with that tiger head spear, and he's good. Really good. He defeats Zan Han quickly, strikes him directly, prevents a counterattack, shows amazing skill and speed. Zan Han tries to run, but Han Yanzi lets out this huge roar, pure determination, and nails him with a spear thrust, takes his head. Just a clean, decisive win for such a young guy against a known enemy general. Pretty impressive.
And defeating Zan Han, that's way more than just a personal win for Han Yanzi. It's a big psychological hit for the Jurchens. They just lost a commander. That probably caused chaos, lowered their morale in that area. And for the Song side, especially Yufei's army, when they hear about it, it's a massive morale boost. Shows their young warriors are skilled, brave, take initiative. Makes one wonder, right, how much impact can these individual acts of heroism have, even ones not ordered from the top? Can they shift the whole mood of a conflict, change how people see the enemy's strength?
Yeah, definitely. So after the fight, Han Yanzi meets the general he just saved, Jinji. And in a nice little story twist, Jinji turns out to be related to New Gao. So they exchange info. Jinji gives Han Yanzi a memorial for the emperor to carry, along with a family letter for New Gao. And Han Yanzi, showing his character again, suggests Jinji, who lost his horse, should take Zan Han's excellent Jurchen horse. It's generous, but also smart thinking. Make sure Jinji can escape safely, all while keeping his eye on his own mission. So we leave Han Yanzi's part of the story here, with him making this incredibly bold decision to just keep going. Rides straight into the Jurchen camps. Despite all the warnings, despite the danger, he's fearless, focused, totally set on getting that message to Yufei.
Seeing these two young heroes emerge side by side, Yu Yun and Han Yanzi, it's really striking, gives you a nuanced view of heroism.